The events that unfolded at the University of Utah on that day represent more than a single tragic incident. They mark a profound moment of loss and have since evolved into a complex narrative that has left a community, and indeed a nation, grappling for clarity. The story of Charlie Kirk is not merely one of a life tragically cut short, but a case study in how such events are processed, investigated, and ultimately presented to the public. This is an examination of the known facts, the ongoing questions, and the search for understanding in the wake of a profound loss. It began as an ordinary day on the campus of the University of Utah. The walkways were bustling with students, the air filled with the anticipatory energy of an upcoming speaking event. Charlie Kirk, an individual known for his vocal presence within the community and his commitment to engaging with young minds, was preparing to address an audience of supporters, colleagues, and curious onlookers. His ideas and energy had drawn a crowd, many of whom looked to him as a source of inspiration and thoughtful discourse. Families and friends, both present and watching from afar, held a sense of pride in his work and a belief in the safety of the academic environment. Then, in a devastating instant, the atmosphere shattered. A single sharp report echoed, instantly transforming a scene of order into one of chaos and fear. Students sought cover, bystanders reacted in shock and confusion, and the urgent response of emergency services swiftly filled the area. The very cameras that had been set to record a speech instead captured fragments of a crisis. The campus, once a place of learning and dialogue, was now the site of the incident. In the immediate aftermath, a name was circulated by authorities, Tyler Robinson. He was identified as the individual identified by authorities before a comprehensive reconstruction of the event's timeline could be fully established. While investigators worked to piece together the sequence of actions, those who knew Charlie Kirk were left to confront a void. Parents, siblings, close friends, and the many students who viewed him as a mentor struggled to reconcile the vibrant, influential figure they knew with the sudden and the circumstances of his passing. Charlie Kirk was to them not a headline, but a brother, a son, and a leader whose absence was deeply personal. As the hours passed, investigative attention focused intensely on Tyler Robinson, a man in his early 20s from a quiet suburban background. Accounts from acquaintances described him as a reserved and sometimes withdrawn individual, yet one who displayed a curiosity for discussions and ideologies that often pushed conventional boundaries. An examination of his digital footprint, including social media posts, forum engagements, and private messages, began to reveal a pattern of behavior. This digital trail suggested an individual grappling with significant frustration and anger, and showed engagement with online communities that foster strongly held opposing viewpoints. His communications included debates that escalated into personal attacks and hints of a growing fixation on public figures and institutions he opposed. It is crucial at this juncture to distinguish between established facts and areas that remain uncertain. While Robinson's documented online activity demonstrates a clear engagement with extreme content, law enforcement agencies have not publicly confirmed evidence of coordination with other individuals. Despite this, some eyewitness accounts and independent legal analysts have raised questions about the feasibility of a single individual planning and executing such an act entirely alone. The possibility of external influence or collaboration remains a topic of discussion in both public and professional circles, though no additional charges have been filed. A notable aspect of the investigation was the rapid deployment of federal assets. The FBI was present on campus within a remarkably short time frame, a level of immediacy that some observers noted was atypical for such incidents. While their expertise was undoubtedly valuable, this swift federal presence, alongside local law enforcement, prompted discussions about standard operational protocols. Concurrently, certain pieces of evidence, including surveillance footage and preliminary reports, were quickly placed under seal, limiting public access. The investigation also received an immense volume of information from the public, with thousands of tips and digital media submissions being processed. However, this flow of information did not translate into clarity, leading to a perception of silence from official channels. Further observations were made regarding key personnel connected to the case. The lead FBI agent in the area, the leadership of the regional hospital where Charlie Kirk was treated, and the judge assigned to oversee the legal proceedings, Judge Tony F. Graff Jr., had all assumed their roles relatively recently. While each individual appointment is routine, their collective involvement in a single high-profile case was noted by analysts covering the investigation. As the case progressed, the legal process itself became a point of focus. Certain court filings were sealed early on, and the defense team highlighted that key forensic analyses, including forensic reports and digital evidence reviews, were ongoing. This led to questions about the pace and transparency of the judicial process, with some observers concerned that the drive for a resolution might be outpacing a thorough examination of all available facts. Adding to the complexity were accounts from witnesses who came forward with descriptions that sometimes conflicted with official statements. Some reported seeing an individual matching the suspect's description acting calmly amid the chaos, while others recalled auditory or visual details that did not neatly align with the initial public timeline. The fact that not all potential video footage from the scene was released for public view contributed to a mosaic of conflicting perspectives that have yet to be fully reconciled in an official capacity. Internal documents related to the case occasionally employed terminology such as expedited resolution and national security considerations. For a case being handled at the state level, such language prompted analysis from legal experts, who noted a shift in management style towards a more centralized and controlled approach, raising fundamental questions about the primary objectives of the investigation. The loss of Charlie Kirk is a profound loss that has impacted a family, a community, and a national audience. The subsequent investigation has been characterized by a complex interplay of local and federal authority, procedural decisions that have limited public visibility, and a number of unanswered questions that continue to foster discussion. True justice in this matter extends beyond the identification of a suspect. It encompasses a comprehensive and transparent accounting of all events, ensuring that every legitimate question is addressed with factual clarity. The family of Charlie Kirk, the witnesses who came forward, and the public at large deserve a process that is conducted with utmost integrity and openness. It is our collective responsibility to follow such cases with diligent attention, to value substance over swift conclusion, and to always champion the pursuit of truth. The integrity of our public institutions depends on the trust of the citizens they serve, and that trust is built upon a foundation of transparency. If you found this analysis thoughtful and wish to stay informed on topics that demand careful scrutiny, we welcome you to join our community here on this channel. Your engagement helps us continue delivering in-depth content. Thank you for watching.